Hello and welcome to this late afternoon taste challenge. I have two 40% alcohol gold rums. This is Castillo, Castle in English, Castle Gold. Castillo Puerto Rican rum, distilled by Randy Castillo y Silla, Catano, Puerto Rico. But that's part of Bacardi Limited. There's the seal of the Castle Castillo. There's a map of the West Indies, the Greater and Lesser Antilles. There's some information on the back, which has a cocktail recipe. All Bacardi brands have a cocktail recipe on the back side of the label. Castillo in cola. 1 part Castillo Gold, 3 parts cola. Pour over ice in a tall glass. Garnish with a lime wedge. So there's your idea for a highball. It's a 1 liter bottle, and I paid $7.99 for this in 2019 actually, $7.99. Produced and bottled in Puerto Rico. Well, produced there, let's see. Might be bottled in Jacksonville, Florida, like a lot of their products. A lot of Bacardi products. Okay. All right, it's gold. Just standard gold. Might have a little coloring added. I don't know. Bacardi doesn't really disclose that, whether they add coloring or flavoring. That's not really mentioned. Now, this is not listed under the Rums of Puerto Rico Trade Association, so it would not have to be aged at least 1 year and use the other protocols of that. Now, this is not even a rum of Puerto Rico. This is a rum of Kentucky. This is Kings Bay Tropical Island Style Rum. Gold Caribbean inspired rum. Now, it used to be, this was introduced in 1987, by the way, 1987, as a brand for Safeway stores. Safeway, which is now owned by the Albertsons Company, so it can be sold in any Albertsons store. You might find it at Acme. Of course, that's in New Jersey, so you can't buy anything in New Jersey unless it's at a liquor store, but you know what I'm saying. Vons, Shaw's, Jewel Osco, Albertsons stores. We have Albertsons actual stores here. This is very pale. I think the aging on this must be very minimum, maybe a month or two in the used bourbon barrel. Produced by the Founders Company for Safeway, meaning the Albertsons Company stores. They got it running $13.99 here, but I saw some of the stores out in California have it $12.99 for the huge handle. This was $5.99, this regular size bottle, which they don't apparently make anymore. Right after I bought this, they cut it and just went to the huge bottles. I'm glad I bought it because I didn't really want a huge bottle of it. Rum with natural flavors. Singular flavor, which I think is vanilla, but I don't know that. But there's no way I can verify. But it tastes like they might be tweaking it with a little bit vanilla. I'll show you the website. Oh, and there's no coloring added, but that's why it's so pale. So let's go with here's Bacardi Limited. Their family of brands, of course, their main line, their flagship Bacardi itself. Banks, I've never seen Banks, but it's probably around. Castillo, I see that. Silver, gold, añejo, and spiced. Never seen the añejo, but I see the silver, gold, and spiced. Facundo, no, I'm not familiar with it. Pirat, yes, I do see it around. Not too much. Single cane estate rums. No, I can't Can't say I ever see those. Santa Teresa. I think Rouse's sells it. It's kind of pricey, but it's probably worth it. And then there's all kind of other stuff, rum brands, flavored rum, all that stuff. Okay, so here's Kings Bay Dark Gold 80 proof island style, no longer made in the islands, made in Kentucky. Ingredients: molasses, and they forgot to mention natural flavor. And about the producer, you can see there, it does not say the founder's company. It says some other company, doesn't it? The real name of the company. Okay. It's not bad. Not a bad product, but not something that's going to win a lot. It's not going to win. It'll kind of compete. I've done what, 8 taste challenges now. I got 7 right and 1 wrong. And the one I got wrong was another one from the same parent company, and they were so similar I couldn't get them figured out. But I'm already smelling a rich rum aroma over here, and I know that's not coming from Kings Bay because their rum smells kind of neutral, like there's no aroma to it. So that one is like nothing bad. Doesn't smell bad. Doesn't smell like anything. This one, yeah, kind of like rich sugarcane molasses, sugarcane juice. Yeah, nice. Taste time. Cheers. It's not totally neutral in the flavor. Has an alcohol bite. Has, like I said, that little vanilla note, and then some very light sugar, light molasses. Tastes fine. Give it a B, 8.3 out of 10. Nothing objectionable. Nothing you'd go searching for, but of course I don't have to search for it. I know where to buy it, and I can get it for cheap. So, but I mean, I wouldn't be trying to run it down. No. Nor would I recommend anybody else to do that. Okay, honestly, this one is not that different. You get your alcohol bite, like 40, it's 40% alcohol, just like alcohol, rubbing alcohol, but of course it's not the same thing. Rubbing alcohol is made from wood. If you drink that, it'll kill you. This is made from sugarcane. It's sugar alcohol. Sugar Hall. You get some oak, little sweetness. Neither one of these are particularly sweet. They're bothly new word. They're bothly mostly dry. The price point on either one is about the same. You can find Castillo still for $13.99 a handle, depending where you shop. Now, some people will claim, oh, it's even better than Bacardi. Yeah, I don't believe so. Like some people will say, Busch beer is better than Budweiser. It's cheaper. I don't know about better. Certainly not really much worse. I mean, I'd rather drink Budweiser myself, but I take no issue with Busch beer. It's a little low on the ABV, but otherwise the flavor's, okay. If you're like eating hot dogs and potato chips, watching pro wrestling, I don't see a problem with that. Wouldn't bring it to a gourmet get together. Wouldn't bring it to a fondue party. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Say no more. But you know what I mean. No, I mean. But I'd bring Lowenbrow to a fondue party. But tonight is kind of special. I think this is the King's Bay because it's bland. Oh, so very bland. And I didn't need to look at the label because look how pale it is. Like you would never confuse this paleness with anything else. Look how pale. This one here, though, it's got a little color to it. But it's got marginally. Now, when I first tried this and popped the cap, twisted the cap, it tasted kind of like olive oil, like extra virgin olive oil. It was really weird. But then as the flavor settled down and it got aerated and a lot of oxygen got in it, now I'm down to the bottom 45% of the bottle, 45% of the bottle. That's kind of dissipated. It's just kind of regular now, but it's possibly better than King's Bay. You hear what I'm saying? It's possibly better than King's Bay, but that's questionable. And we know this has flavor added, natural flavor, which I suspect is vanilla. I suspect vanilla, but I don't know. This one may have flavoring added because, like I said, you can add flavor into rum and you don't have to disclose it on the label, according to the U.S. government regulations. I mean, it's nice if they would do that, if they would all do that. These people are telling you up front. Other companies are cagey about it, you know. But same thing with brandy. You can add flavoring and you don't have to put it on the label. You can put it on the label. You don't have to put it on the Canadian whiskey. You can add flavoring and you can put it on the label, or you're not required to put it on the label. But, you know, bourbon, no, you can't add flavoring. Unless you sell it as bourbon with natural flavoring, which I saw today. Interestingly, it was Maker's Mark. Must be something new. Maker's Mark maple syrup whiskey. I think it was called maple bourbon. I said, now, why would somebody want a bourbon that tastes like pancake syrup? Oh, no, retraction. It was Knob Creek. Same parent company. It was Knob Creek Maple. And it said Kentucky straight bourbon with natural flavors. Now, can you add flavoring to a Kentucky straight bourbon? Absolutely not. Flavoring and coloring is definitely never allowed. Well, then how did they do it? Because they're not selling it as a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. They're selling it as a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey with natural flavors. Clever, right? Okay. I mean, it might be good. I saw it at the store today. I didn't buy it. I got too many products now in my house. When you got 17 unopened bottles of bourbon, all straight bourbon, it's probably a good idea not to buy any more. And I haven't bought any in about half a year, and I'm not going to buy any more for maybe the rest of my life at this rate. So the winner here, maybe, so it puts me at what, 9-1, 9 wins, 1 loss. I can live with that. The winner maybe is Castillo. Maybe the winner is Castillo. I'm not quite sure, but I think it is. I think it's the winner. But if I got a better deal on the King's Bay, I probably just buy the King's Bay. But as it stands, the price is the same, essentially. I mean, we're talking about if it was a big difference, it would be like 35 cents difference. So I would just get the Castillo Comes in a glass bottle, not the plastic. Oh, well, actually, if you get Castillo in the handle, the big jug bottle, it's plastic. Plastic. This is glass. If you get the 750 or the liter, which I found the liter, which is kind of rare for Castillo, but unless you go to a bar, but I got that $7.99 for a liter. That's a deal, huh? So I give what score would I give it? Maybe like an 8.6. So 8.5. I'm sorry, 8.3, 8.6. It's not much of a difference. Hector of California says, I need to try Kings Bay Silver and Gold again. It's been years since I had them. Oh, so you have had them. You bought them at Vons, which is owned by Albertsons. I bought it at Albertsons, but did you buy it at Vons? I mean, it's the same store. It's just different names on the marquee, you know what I mean, on the signage. But essentially, it's the same thing. All right, so two winners. I would call them winners, in a qualified sense. They're not like absolute fantastic, exploding, inevitable. But they're nice. In a sense. So no regrets. Now, we're going to go into the big time starting tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll start the day tomorrow with a rum review for you. 1, 2. So we have Bacardi Gold, the world famous Bacardi Gold. I wouldn't say Castillo's world famous. It might be famous in the United States as a budget brand, but you can go to any country in the world that sells liquor. They're going to have Bacardi Gold. You know that. I know that. You know that. The American people know that. So Bacardi Gold. Does Kings Bay stand a chance against Bacardi Gold? No. It will not be a challenge, and I will get it correct in about a minute. Then I have Bacardi 8-year Reserva. That'll be a joke. Then I have the Bacardi Grand Reserva Diaz. That'll be even worse of a joke. Oh, and don't let me forget, because I just forgot, but I remembered. I have the Bacardi Major Laser. I have to go get that out the cabinet. Bacardi Major Laser, which was produced only for about 2 or 3 years in collaboration with a Caribbean music group. The music group is Major Laser. I think it was probably mostly marketed down there. But how it wound up in Louisiana, in Covington, Louisiana, this I do not know. And furthermore, I do not care, because I went to Acuista Paces and they had bottles for $7.99. I said, what is Major Laser? But I bought it. It's no longer produced. It ain't been produced for probably 5 years, 6 years. But I didn't care. I bought it. If you see a bottle of Bacardi for $7.99, like you'd be out of your mind not to buy it, right? I bought them at Vons Supermarket. Yes, I did it in Southern California. Yeah, I paid less than $6 for both bottles. Yep. Like $5.60 around that price, like 5 years ago. Yeah. I bought the Kings Bay for $5.99. So we were very comparable in our pricing. And your opinion was positive toward Kings Bay Silver and Gold. I'm not sitting here saying, oh, it's so amazing, I just can't believe it. I'm probably like you were, like, well, it's good in a sense. So yeah, we got the Bacardi Gold, the Bacardi Major Laser, the Bacardi 8-year, the Bacardi 10-year, and those will not be a challenge. There will be no challenge involved. I guarantee you Kings Bay will get beaten every 4 challenge, each of those 4 challenges. So if you don't watch it, I won't take offense, because, why watch it? It's going to be a wipeout. Then I'll close out with Appleton Estate, the famous Appleton Estate, the flagship from them. I paid $19.99 for that at Walmart. Impossible. It is an impossibility that Kings Bay could win that challenge. So that's 5 straight videos that I'm recommending that you don't watch. I mean, if you want to watch it, of course, but it won't be a challenge. I don't know if any of the other rums I own could beat Appleton Estate, even the fancy pants Bacardis, the 8-year age and the 10-year age. I'm not too sure. I'm really not too sure those could beat the Appleton Estate, which is telling me, or telling you, or telling you and I, that that is such a great product. And I've just scratched the surface on Appleton Estate because they make much higher quality products than the base model that I got at Walmart, which I love, by the way. I adore it, really. I'll be so disgusted when it's gone, which is probably why I'm nursing it, you know. Hector says, I think they are okay. Not great, but on par with Bacardi rum. Oh, really? No, I don't see that. No, 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 no. Not up to the level of Bacardi. No, I don't agree with that. But it's up to the level of something. Maybe Winn-Dixie brand. No, what the Winn-Dixie rum comes from the Caribbean islands. It's not made in Kentucky. It's not exactly wonderful either, but it's not bad. It's actually maybe a little bit better than Kings Bay. All right, we all take care. I got to go get the clothes out the dryer, and then we got, in 1 hour and 5 minutes, we have Joker's Wild Wednesday. Joker's Wild Wednesday. You can bring anything to Joker's Wild Wednesday. Feel free to bring anything. All right, see y'all in 1 hour and 5 minutes. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.